times tell me that my wardrobe is rather boring because I don't wear a lot of colors. The few colors I do have are very muted, but I prefer my neutral colors and my muted colors. So I was scrolling through SHEIN and I found this sub-brand called, which is why I have my iPad, MAWEII. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly. Leave it here on the screen for you. But I found this sub-brand and the pieces are very, very colorful. Very colorful. So I thought, I'm going to make an order just in this sub-brand and we're going to look through the pieces and see if they're any good. And I'll say, are they any good? Because one of the pieces, it's a dress, I only paid €5 for it. So we're going to see if the quality is up to par, but I promise you there's a lot of color in there. There's some beautiful pieces, so let's just get stuck into it. I don't think I could start with a piece that is more perfect than this dress. This is a fantastic dress for us apple shapes. It fits me perfect on the shoulders with a slight little puff without adding bulk to my chest. It skims beautifully over my chest area. We have darts down the front. The sleeve length is really good on me. It hits me just between my chest and my waist. Actually, in my opinion, drawing the attention to my waist. We have a seam in the middle, which gives the definition of a waist, and then it just flows in to the A-line skirt. The length is also fantastic on me, hits me just in the middle of my shin. Absolutely great length for me. And best of all, there is no tummy inside. It just skims beautiful, and it skims beautifully down on the back as well. This is a fantastic shape of a dress for us apple shapes, and I love it. I also think the orange color looks really good on me, not on camera because remember I'm covered in artificial light, but when I look in the mirror, which is right below my window, right behind all the camera stuff, it's a fantastic color on me. I love this dress. Now, the downside of this dress is it is very thin. It is a polyester material. It's not a bad material, but if you don't like polyester in the summertime, then this is not for you. Now, I live in Ireland. It doesn't matter too much to me. I'm always cold. I can wear polyester because I rarely overheat. But if you live somewhere where it's warmer, this dress may not be for you. It is, however, very flowy and it's gorgeous. And look what happens when I add a belt. Now, I don't have the perfect belt for this dress, so I just went for one of my brown ones. But look at this. I'm just going to tuck that down here because I don't have a hairband on there. But look at this. Look at the definition of my waist. Isn't this fab? And there's still no tummy in sight. This does stick out a little bit, the belt. But isn't that fab? I am in love with this dress. I think it's absolutely stunning and the price point is just so good on this. For me, who don't mind polyester, this is a fab summer dress. Okay, I admit I didn't shop with just us apple shapes in mind. I just picked up pieces that I liked the look of. I'm not really sure what I think of this dress, that's being honest with you. I even put on the heels just to try and kind of like really give it a go. Again, the quality is the same thin polyester. And yeah, as I say, this may not be the most comfortable in the summer. It is thin, it is a summer fabric. I like the idea of the dress, but it's definitely not for me. It has these little flaps on the shoulders, which is great if you have narrow shoulders. They will add a little bit of bulk to your shoulders, especially if you're pear shaped, to even out your shape. But for an apple shape, especially one who is just a rectangular apple shape, it's not very flattering in any way. I like the print of it, but I don't wear print. I don't wear print. This one's not for me. This is the dress I got for just €5 and I just realized it's the exact same shape as the black and white flower one. I love the print of this one. I actually think it's really, really fun, and also it has the chocolate brown with the black and white. So it follows in to the muted tones that I personally prefer. I think the print is fab, the idea is fab, but the shape of this dress, and equally it's the same thin polyester quality. Yeah, it's definitely not for me, that's for sure. I'll be honest with you, quality wise, I'm glad I didn't pay more than a €5. I can understand why the price point on these dresses so far has been as cheap as it is, because it is just that thin polyester. So the idea of the print, I love that. And if I could sew, this could actually make a fun skirt. I think it would be very, very cute as a little summer skirt. But because I don't like the quality, I'm not even going there. This sub brand could be so good if they would just use a different material. I am so uncomfortable wearing this. I can't explain it to you. It is the feel of this very extremely cheap satin fabric. The dress is not lined, and yet the idea of the dress is fantastic. Okay, I admit, it's too colorful for me, but that's okay. I love the shape of the dress. It's a blazer dress with plenty of A-line in the skirt. And then it has these very, very fun sleeves. I love the idea of it. And if this had been in a proper quality of material, yes, it would have cost me a little bit more. But honest to God, if they had made this right, also if they had lined it, this would have been a fantastic dress. It is adorable, but the feel of this extremely cheap satin fabric, it is horrible on my skin and I can't wait to take it off. This dress is absolutely stunning. I'm in love with it and I'm seriously thinking of keeping it. But once again, the quality is the exact same. It is this thin, I won't say it's parachute material, but we're not far away. It is polyester. It is kind of like thin, but look at the dress. Isn't it stunning? And look, I'm wearing a heel and it's still floor length. I love that. I would need to sew a little clear snap in here because it's very open on my chest area. But isn't it stunning? It has the perfect fit on me. And look at the skirt part. It is so, so beautiful. I love a good swooshy skirt. I really, really do. But again, it is simply just the quality of the material that lets it down. This brand has so much potential, a sub-brand should I say, has so much potential. They just need to use better material, because the designs are stunning. The colors are stunning. I know this is not as colorful, but it's still a lot more colorful with the gold and brown than what I normally wear. It is simply just a material that lets it down. I bought the exact same dress once again without realizing, and look at the print and the color of this dress. Isn't it stunning? I love that black band going around there, really defining the waist. However, this dress is even more open than the brown one. I would need serious snaps in here to keep this closed, and once again the quality is simply just letting it down. But the shape of the dress, again, it is stunning, absolutely stunning. I really do love the print, the colors stunning, but yeah, no, this situation here just doesn't work. I honest to God don't know what to think of this one. I realize that so far I've only just shown you dresses, but I do have this set and then I have a jumpsuit to finish off with. The brand mainly had dresses, which is why. But this one is a two-piece set. It is a dress over a pair of wide leg trousers. And I must admit, had it not been for the material, because it's the same polyester parachute kind of material, thin and not great. But I love the trousers. The fit of the trousers is fab. Look at that. We have functioning pocket, we just have an elasticated waist and no tummy inside. I'm actually wearing a little heel, so they have a great length as well. I love the trousers. But then we have this dress top thing to go on top. And I suppose the idea is that when you're walking, this might flap back so you can see the trousers a little bit. But what I don't like about it, first of all, the pattern doesn't work for me at all, but that's beside the point. We have a V-neck. It's very broad, so my chest looks very big. That could also be the pattern. But then it stops right here, and then we show a bit of belly. It's not for me at all. But worst of all, on the back, we have a tie, we have the V, and then we have two beautiful buttons sitting here. But again, you have skin showing up. And obviously I wear shapewear, so you'll always see my shapewear. But even if I wasn't wearing shapewear, I wouldn't feel comfortable having skin out. But maybe that's just me and that's absolutely okay. I suppose the idea is fab. It's very, very different. The designs of these pieces, they're really fab. I suppose this top bit half, it's just not for me. But in fairness, if I was looking for a different silhouette, this could be fab. This is just not for me. Okay. We are finishing off on a high. I have actually found a piece in this collection I can stand behind. It is still polyester, but the polyester of this is not the typical parachute. It feels very, very different. It actually feels like a fabric material, which I like instead of that parachute. This is a jumpsuit. It is my belt, but it looks amazing with a belt on. Hence why I was just trying it out. But this is it. It is so much fun. I love the colors of it. I love the fact that it's two-tone, but can you see how it's very baggy and very loose as it is? Hence why I had just added the belt. I just filmed a little TikTok adding the belt. Isn't it brilliant? I think this is so much fun. It really, really is. We have very, very deep pockets. It's very loose. We have the full button down, but it's because it's the two colors. I just think it's so much fun. And adding the belt then just give that structure. Now, I am not one for wearing colorful outfits anymore. It's just not my personality. It's just not me. But I must admit, I am seriously tempted to keep this because I just think it's so much fun. And the belt just finish off the outfit. Fantastic. I really do like this jumpsuit, and I'm really delighted to see that they actually had a piece that wasn't just parachute polyester. That is all the pieces I have for you for today. As I said, it was mainly dresses. I didn't even realize that. The designs and the patterns are really fun and a little bit different, but really just a really different silhouette, which I really, really like. However, the material really, really lets the sub-brand down. It is such a shame that SHEIN is still producing these pieces in this parachute polyester. There is no need for it, and I can't see who would want to wear it. And this comes from someone who prefers to wear polyester. So I don't really get it, but the quality, obviously the material itself is not great, but everything else in the pieces has been great. They're sewn very, very well. Sizes has been matching up to the measurements on the website. So it's simply just the quality of the material itself that lets it down, but it lets it down so hard that it's a hard pass for me from this brand. Will I still keep my eyes on the brand? Maybe, but I'm not really a colorful person, nor am I a print person, so it's not really my personal aesthetic. But I hope, if nothing else, you have enjoyed seeing a little bit of color and a few different silhouettes, and maybe it's worth our while keeping an eye out and see if we can find pieces in better quality similar to the ones they have on this MAWEII brand, or whichever way you pronounce it. But that is it for today. Everything is linked for you in the description box should any of these pieces have tickled your fancy. Would you do me one last favor before you leave for today and leave me a, so I would say, pink heart in the comments. The hearts are simply just to tell me and the algorithm that you enjoyed my content enough to stay to the end. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.